What up, YouTube? This is Steven Talbert. This is TalbyReacts. So today, I kind of wanted to talk about more Star Wars Episode 7, Force Awakens. This is kind of related to what I was talking to my review and stuff like that, to my reaction. Although I kind of want to talk about more the storylines for the newer characters per se, because I read something quite interesting today about one of the characters, and so it was reported today by IGN, although I think it originally appeared in CQ magazine, that J.J. Abrams was considering actually killing off one of the fresher characters actually. And the puzzle of the story goes is he met one of the characters in Paris and basically told him, "We're going to kill you right off the bat, right, almost right in the beginning, to kind of set up the main character and so forth." And this character was no other than Poe Dameron. And they later, the guy who played him talked to JJ, and they kind of went back and forth. And then finally, JJ Abrams was like, "No, we're gonna change that completely, and we're now working on the full movie." And it's crazy because this character, if you look at this Poe Dameron character, like I don't think this movie would have been would have been a better film if he died originally. I think he really helps this film out a lot of different places, and it's very interesting to me that they would have actually killed this character in the beginning. And it's kind of where would he have died? I think he would have died. I'm going to talk spoilers about this movie, so just be warned. I think he would have died probably when the TIE fighter went down, because there is some interesting story points about Poe Dameron that are kind of it doesn't just flow really well. Like for instance, so when the TIE fighter goes down and it crash lands in JK, you see Finn kind of wake up, look around, and then Finn goes to the TIE fighter and finds out Poe is missing. Like where I would think if it was originally in that detention, Poe would have died going down with the ship, going down with the TIE fighter. Like probably Finn would have found his body, and he may have probably would have took his jacket, still took his jacket. But then that was the end of Poe. But that was not the case. We see Poe pretty much disappear, like he was gone. He was gone from that wreckage, and then what he says is they found he woke up during the night and then just went, could not find anybody, and then went back to the base. And so we see the major shift. And so it would have been interesting to see what would this movie be like without Poe Dameron, which is quite interesting. Would we have that intense fighter battles, starfighter battles that we had toward the ending and stuff like that? Because he definitely does helps helps this movie a lot, I think. Because what I really find some of the better scenes is with when Finn when they're at the cantina and the cantina gets bombarded by the New Order, and they're fighting, and then all of a sudden the X-wings come in, and the resistance come in and starts fighting, and they start bombing the stormtroopers below. And I thought one of the greatest scenes was Poe was not Poe, but Finn was like, "Oh, that's the starfighter." And then they're just kind of showing that nice connection, and it really gives for me, it gives us something to really root for, a fighter pilot to root for. And I think that is much more important toward the ending of the movie. But I think that would have been interesting. And then let's go toward it, the ending of the movie, kind of where they're making the raids and the Star X fighters. It would have been really tough to build another character that would take Poe Dameron's place, just suddenly have this character or something like that. So I think it's kind of cool what they did was just to leave him. I remember one of the most interesting moments was actually during that ending part with the starfighters, because what's interesting about this Poe Dameron character, if you think about it, there is so many different places. Honestly, they could have really killed him off. They could have waited, done it really early in the beginning with the TIE fighter, or he would have died in one of the X-wings. And so that's just really interesting that like where he would could have died. And a lot of people were very like, please, 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 please don't kill him. And I think that helps. I think that was really good, actually a real saving grace in this movie is they didn't kill any of the major characters. All 6 or 7 of the really new characters survived to go to the next movie. Whether it's the 3 or 4 really interesting new evil characters, or the 3 or 4 on the other side, and so which is really awesome. And what I really like about this Poe Dameron character is he feels in several different roles. Um, One, he fills kind of the Wedge Antilles type role. Like if you remember from back in the original trilogy, like Wedge Antilles was Luke Skywalker's best friend. Like they basically rode together in battle and stuff like that. And I have a feeling we'll probably see both Finn and Poe probably together, like they were in the TIE Fighter. I would definitely think that's definitely a possibility. Um, and so I like that chemistry that they have, like especially when like Finn finally lands at the Rebel base, and they hug each other like right off the bat, like. And I think it will be interesting, like one do that Wedge Antilles role, but also I think he also feels like a Han Solo type role. He's more roguish type ish. You can definitely see it like through the comments, like the first set of comments, and so like that's very interesting. Is like what would Poe Dameron kind of be, and how does he relate? And I'm glad that J.J. Abrams really saved this character. I think it was a really smart move at the end of the day, because you think about all the marketing tools they used on this character. Because if you look at all the major toys, it has Poe Dameron in the toy sets, and so they obviously made a very marketable character that people really are going to enjoy and really like. And so I really wanted to talk about that character in particular. He's definitely one of my favorite characters. One of the other interesting arguments that I kind of wanted to also talk about was the Kylo Ren. Is Kylo Ren and Rey kind of related or not? I think that's like a very interesting thing. Of course, we know Kylo Ren is pretty much Leia and Han Solo's kid, and that's very much made clear. Like Emperor Smoke, the evil Emperor Smoke has said it, and then also they basically indicated it. So we definitely know, we know that's great. But we really don't know his kind of Rey's background, and a lot of people are like theorizing, is Rey their kid? I would say no. Just kind of going off of like, I think Han Solo would have known Jakku. Like they would have like kind of knew Jakku was kind of very important, and I think in all indications Han Solo did not know Jakku. Like there was like that real offhanded comment. Like they asked him where they found the Millennium Falcon. It was like, I don't think I would have. He was like, Han Solo was like, I wouldn't have thought of fighting him. And just also kind of, I think there would have been better interactions between Leia and Han in terms of their kid. Like you can see them talking about Kylo, but you don't see them talking about this other kid, Rey. And so I think it's very obviously that it is probably Luke Skywalker, because I just kind of wanted to really talk about that, because I just have seen so much internet like try to say these two are related. It's all interesting. I think one other interesting thing to look at is kind of the narrative of Finn and Rey. I think there definitely could be potential like people that fall in love together. And it'll be interesting to see if they keep them way far apart. How I kind of said it when I was writing some of these posts was like kind of like Lord of the Rings type style, where you'll see one group go completely one way and the other group go completely the other way, and then they come together kind of way at the end. or are they together really right out of the bat together in the pretty much in the second film or after kind of the training and stuff like that. And it'll be also interesting to see what they do with this Ray character, this Finn character, after he kind of wakes up. You know, does he? I think he also could be a potential. I see Finn, unlike Ray, I see Finn almost as the most potential like Luke Skywalker in a sense, because he's very new to on all the situations and stuff like that. It feels like almost Luke Skywalker, which is a very different opinion than what you hear from this and internet. So, guys, I just wanted to kind of talk about these different characters and these different theories, and kind of I really thought this Poe Dameron thought like Poe Dameron might have not existed in this first movie. Like he could have died right off the bat, and then you probably would not. You know, you will never see him again in the second or third. And so it's just very interesting, guys. What do you think about these new characters? Do you like them? What's your favorite character? A lot of people like that BB-8, which I think is a great choice. My personal favorite character is actually probably a toss-up between Poe and Finn. I really like both those guys. Just kind of wanted to give you this video. Hope you like this video. If you want to hear more of me, subscribe to my channel. And I try to make videos once a week. And thank you for watching this video. And bye. Have a nice holiday. Have a nice Christmas.